You are exactly like our father. Just another man hunting for a trophy.
We're murderers. Isn't that what he taught us?
You don't get to do that to me anymore.
You're a goddamn lunatic.
Oh, you just figured that out now?
Yes, I went and saw Kraven the Hunter, the supposed finale of this Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse, or I like to call it the Venom-verse because Spider-Man has very little to do with this Sony universe. Um, I have a lot to say about this movie, but at the same time, don't have a lot to say about this movie. It is pretty much what you expect. It's what everybody says it is. If you are going into this thinking this is going to be the savior and somehow going to like be better than all the stuff we've had before, you're going to be sorely mistaken and sorely disappointed. It's a train wreck of a movie. All right, the story. So you've got Sergey Kravinoff and his brother, and then you have the dad. I've done forgot what his name was, but he's played by Russell Crowe, and basically the dad's just a big asshole and is all about hunting and being a man. And Kraven, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, he at one point in time basically gets mauled by a lion and gets a little bit of lion blood in his blood. And then there's a lot of characters. So sorry if it feels like I'm throwing a lot here. Calypso is on a safari with her parents, and her grandmother gives her like a magic potion, and they are at this hunting thing. And when after Aaron Taylor Johnson gets mauled by a lion, she brings him back to life with this magic potion, and then he gets a litany of superpowers. He like can climb like Spider-Man. He's got super strength. He falls like a cat. Just all kinds of crazy. His eyes glow. He gets Twilight eyes. I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. Just all kinds of powers. And then we do a little bit of a time jump, and that's the whole first act of the movie is basically set up with these kids. We get a little bit of time jump. He leaves his family and goes off and he creates a list, and he goes and, I don't know, fights for animal rights, I guess. It's kind of these killing poachers and gang members and all kinds of nonsense. And then his brother is left with the asshole dad, and they get kind of wrapped up in a bunch of other nonsense going on. You've got the Rhino, who is this guy trying to take over like all crimes, I guess. And then you've got the Foreigner, who is another guy hired by the Rhino, if I remember correctly. So all the stories. Calypso's like a lawyer. It's a bunch of nonsense going on. And it's laughable at times when it's not supposed to be. Of course, it's trying to take itself super seriously. I don't know why. Some movies like this, when you're watching them or making them, you would feel like that the creators would go, you know what, this would be a good comedy. Because that's basically what it is. It's an unintentional comedy, and it does get to that level of it's so bad that it's good for me. And I don't know, maybe I should have felt like that way with Madam Web and Morbius before it, because I laughed a lot during this movie. The crowd I went and saw it with laughed a lot, which was funny. And it was a fun time in the theater just because it was so bad, like I said. The acting's atrocious. The lady who's playing Calypso, god-awful. But really, everybody's awful. Russell Crowe, I guess, is like the best out of them all, his acting abilities. He has a weird accent, though. Everybody's just hilarious. There's all these subplots and stories going on. The Rhino is one of the most hilarious characters I've ever seen put to screen. It's so funny. But the Foreigner was ridiculous too. Some of the actions that the characters make. The backstory, the huge exposition dumps that continually happen through this film are just so bad and so hilarious. There's like characters changing outfits for some random reason in the middle of the movie is one of the things I noticed. Some really bad CG, especially towards the end of the movie. And yeah, so that just makes for a truly awful movie. But if you go into it with a mindset of I'm just here to watch stupidity and make fun of it, then you might enjoy it like I did. Is this something I'm ever going to want to watch again? No. I'm kind of glad, I hope, that it is true that this is it and that Sony can quit making these awful Spider-Man-less, Spider-Verse-y movies. Because even Venom, you know, I went back and looked. The highest score I gave the Venom movies was 2.5. And I think that was the second one. The Venom movies were not that great, and everything else has been just awful. And so I can't recommend this. I wanted to go see it just so I could say, if this is the end, that I watched them all at least once. And yeah, I'm good. I'm done. Please, Sony, stop. Let's move on from this. I'm gonna give Kraven the Hunter a 1.5 out of 5. What do you guys think? Did you go see Kraven? And until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.